What is up, guys? We're the Caper Vapers.
I'm Sam,
And I'm Zach.
and today we have another unboxing video and a little bit of review. We're going to put some juice in it, but we are reviewing and unboxing the Herakles Hydra.
Oh, baby.
Yep, we just picked this up a couple weeks ago, and it is something that we've really been wanting to try because Herakles, I haven't seen him release a tank in I don't know how long.
A minute.
It's been a hot second, and we got the original Herakles in there. And we'll do a little bit of comparison on it to show you the difference in size on it and from the original. But we are excited to get this unboxed and show you guys what's inside, what it comes with, and how it vapes. Alright, so this is the box as it comes. Comes in standard packaging like you'd expect for a tank. You can see it nice there sitting in the window, and you can see that shows the Sense Herakles Hydra with the Hydra on there. On the back of it, it's got what it comes with, and it tells the name by how it got there. So it tells you how it got the first name, and then the second name for the Hydra. It's got the authenticity QR scanner right there. It's got the product info, what it comes with. It shows you one Sense Herakles Hydra. It comes with 1.8 ohm coil. Comes with a nickel coil, which is right down to 0.2. And one Pyrex glass tube to replace it. So inside the package comes in this nice foam. You can see that it really holds it in place. Comes with your nickel coil right here. Comes with one extra Pyrex, so if you break the one that's on here, you already have a replacement. And let's get this bad boy out. Alright, as you can see, it comes with a standard Delrin drip tip on there. Kind of got that metal casing on the outside, just to give it that look of being metal. And it's got the Delrin plastic on the inside, just to keep it cooler. It is a top fill tank, so all you do to fill it, unlike the original Herakles where you had to screw the bottom, is you screw the top off. It's got two nice filler holes on it to put your juice into. You can see that nice chimney it's got on there. As we're going to taking it apart, it does have 3 air settings. As you can see here, on the first setting, it's just a small air hole. Then it goes to, that one went straight to full, or no, medium. So you can see the airflow on it's got small, medium, and then fully open. To change the coil, simply unscrewing the Pyrex on there, the top, and normally it's pretty thick. I took it off once, and it's got a nice thick Pyrex tube on there. So it's got a nice Pyrex, and you can see the chimney in there where the coil goes in. This is the 1.8 ohm coil, and that just screws nice and easy. And it just looks like the standard coil you'd see in an RDA or a tank like this. I do apologize. You can see it looks just like a tank you'd see in one of these. Got the nice airflow in the bottom going to the top. And then you can see inside where it goes directly down to the 510 connector, where it actually does have just a flat connection on there. It is non-adjustable, just like every other tank is. Now there are 3 color options for this. You can get black, silver, or with the red accents on it. Now, as you can see on this, you might run into a little trouble using a dripper like this because it is not meant to go into the holes on there. So as you're filling it up, you may or may not run into some issues. Now we got it all filled up. And let's get the top back on there. Now this is a non-sub-ohm tank. Unless you're running the nickel coil in there, then it goes down to 0.2. So what I'm using this on today is the Ely 50 watt. You can see it's right there. It's rated, this coil right here is rated for 39 to 50 watts approximately. I'm running it at 40 just to keep it where it's within range. I'm not running max VG juice. I'm actually using Liberation Vape because it's one of the few non-max VG juices we have here right now. And I'm going to vape on it and see how it hits. And if I open the airflow up, because that was minimum airflow, this is medium airflow. You know, so cloud, let's put on max airflow, alright? So it really is, it feels nice. Like I said, the problem I ran into with it is having that the top fill, unless you've got a certain bottle to go in there, it doesn't want to work out like the way it should. So you're kind of like aiming in there, hoping it goes in the way it should. So you have a little over drip on the top. I do like the top fill on it. Maybe not necessarily a fan of having to screw the whole top off to fill it up, but I do appreciate having a top fill versus bottom fill application. But all in all, it feels really good. I mean, feels nice on like a smaller mod like this. On something like a Sigelli 150, it'd be kind of pointless because you're running at 40 watts and you've got two 18650s. So I'd recommend this for something smaller, like the 50 watt or like an eVape VTC. That'd be the best way to run it on there.
Especially if you need to ditch that Ego 1 mega tank. I'm not a fan of those.
Yeah, the Ego one's not necessarily the best one on there. But, so let's start with 3 pros to this. I do like the adjustable airflow on it. It's got good airflow. So that's one pro. Other pro is I like this nice stainless design and having extra Pyrex with it. So if you do drop it, you just have another one, you stick it on there. And for the price, it's actually really good. We picked ours up at Mr. Darcy's. I'm not normally a tank person, but I'm looking for something like this where I can just have that incognito vape, you know, if you're like at work or something like that and you can't take your RDA and whole setup with you. This is something good for a good replacement for it. I've learned that running max VG in this is not the best idea because it does like to go through the juice a little bit quicker, so you kind of get a burnt hint every once in a while. So this is 70-30.
Those itty bitty juice holes, they can't cut it.
So, I mean, the flavor is great on it. It is great flavor. I will tell you right now, I love the flavor in this. Very good. It stays normally pretty cool unless you're like constantly hitting it. And so that we can start with the cons. I don't like they don't have a sub-ohm tank or sub-ohm coil for this. They could easily do it. Put like a 0.4 or 5 in there. I hope they come out with one. Another con to this is not necessarily a fan of the drip tip. If they're going to go with a plastic drip tip, do it. Don't put a metal casing on there because then it still gets warm. And you get your lip marks on it. I'm not necessarily a fan of the metal drip tips on them. And one last con on this is that you can only, you had to run the sub-ohm, you have to run nickel coils. And granted, it does come with the coils, but then you have to have a completely different mod. So, I mean, like, this is non-temperature control. Don't like the fact that they have option for temperature control on this, and then have the other coil be non-sub-ohm. So, and also something, last part I don't like about it is it feels great in your hand, but I'm very nervous about dropping it. I don't know. I mean, I hadn't tested the Pyrex. Normally Pyrex is pretty strong, but I know with the problems with meth labs and all that stuff, they've had to weaken it down so it doesn't have the same properties that make it strong. So Pyrex has gotten a little more weak. And I don't like how they put such a big chimney in there for the coil, and yet they're running something that's non-sub-ohm. So, I mean, if you're going to have a big coil in there, put something that can run sub-ohm. That is my thing on that. But overall, it's a great tank to put on your device. If you're a new vapor, highly recommend it. You can run it at 1.8 at 45 watts, and you get that good airflow out of it, and you get a good vape out of it, versus having like the Ego tank. But alright guys, stay tuned, because our next video we're going to put out is going to be a comparison between an Ego 1 tank and the Hydra. Both running temperature control on it. So we'll see how that works out. But for now, that's all we've got.
We're the Caper Vapers.
And you guys remember, vape on.
Vape on.